Well, welcome, Steve. I am so excited to connect with you. Just thank you from the bottom of my heart for getting on and jumping on this Zoom today. Can you start off this Zoom by literally welcoming everybody to this brand new Facebook group? We're calling it GLP-1 Activate Your Weight Loss. And we have all kinds of beautiful people in there. We've got customers, we've got prospects, and of course, our amazing consultants. But we also have a few wonderful ladies leading this charge and working their heart out for LifeVantage. Could you give them a shout out for me?
Yeah. Well, thanks, Jill, and thanks for having me on this Facebook. I, um, I'm always happy to jump on and talk about LifeVantage and all of the great things, and it makes me happy when I hear about, people coming together to talk about all the good things that we have going on. And I understand that, Dr. Glassner, Rebecca, and Sean McKee, and Debbie Zito and Therese Hoke, all kind of joined forces to put this out there. And what, there's over 1,000 people that are now part of this Facebook
Yes,
page
it's
and
incredible. It's
group.
incredible.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It's so exciting. I think everybody's just buzzing right now. It's amazing. One of the questions that's come up is, that activation, that concept of activation. So a lot of people in this group may not even know, I'm not asking you to go into the science, but what does it mean from, your high level perspective, your vision, and what does this mean to LifeVantage? And, because I know it's you very, very unique positioning. We're in a unique position. Can you share your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm glad that you're not asking me to go into the science, because there are a lot of people on this call that are much more equipped than I am for that. In fact, just earlier this week, I was in New York at an investor conference, and I met with an analyst. And when he introduced himself, he said he was actually a PhD student, and he was doing his thesis on GLP-1, and he wanted to
Wow.
talk to me about it. And, my palms started to sweat, and I can talk about a lot of the benefits, but not at a
Molecular
cell
level, the
level,
cellular
molecular
level.
level. But anyway, I started with him talking about activation, actually. And every company out there, regardless of what industry you're in, the successful companies have to have a differentiation. Why do I buy your product or service versus another company? And price could be that differentiation. There are companies out there that have thrived by being a low-priced company. Um, LifeVantage is not that, and our differentiation is really what we refer to as activation. And at its simplest form, it is, rather than supplementing what our bodies, our genes, our do, our products go in and they activate the specific genes to produce whatever they're doing, to at a level that, the body was wired to do, was programmed to do, if you will, when you were younger, before the elements of the environment, before poor eating habits, before aging just started to occur, and the productivity of those cells, those hormones, started to break down and not be as effective. And so we activate the production of those. One of my favorite numbers is that, our flagship product, Protandim NRF2 Synergizer, activates 1 million times more effectively the production of antioxidants than anything else you can take, vitamin C or gallons of blueberries or anything else. And so that's our differentiator is we go down to the cellular level and activate the production and of those cells.
But
And
that's,
it's different. And our a recent tagline or anthem is, we take it to make it.
oh, I love
And,
it.
and
I
and
love
that
it.
is the kind of the simplest way maybe to describe it is what we're taking makes the production of it. Again, not supplementing, but activating.
And so as the CEO of Life Vantage, so this is your framework. You're constantly looking, research and development, the greatest, the latest and greatest, or that's our trajectory is activation. That's what we, our arrow, so to speak. Is that correct?
Yeah. We have some very specific product guardrails. And one of them is to be true to our scientific base roots, to be able to validate our products, but that validation comes through our ability to activate, again, the cells. And we want demonstrable products, something that you can, as you take it, you can see it or feel the difference. And, our most recent launch, really our collagen product, I think very easily checks all of those boxes. And is your hair growing, Jill?
I have
What's going
long
on with
hair
your
now.
hair?
Yes. I love it. I love it. We don't miss a day. We do not miss a day. Well, on that same note as activation, I think I feel a lot of energy building, like maybe 15 years ago, Steve, with a new product launch is coming. Um, the GLP-1, a weight loss product, but I also am really excited about it has an ability maybe to affect some blood sugars as well, the way it reacts to the cell. But why I want to know, I'm not sure if you know, but from a strategic standpoint, what makes ours unique and different? So we're talking to this group in this Facebook group because there's a few little GLP ones out there, and of course the prescriptions. What makes ours so unique? And I know you've probably been in a lot of meetings and talking about this.
Yeah, I have. In fact, I just got off a call talking to someone, and Julie Boyster, our CMO, was also on that call. But it's different one from a drug standpoint, and then it's 100% natural. It's not a synthetic that you're entering into your body, and like I talked about, it activates the production of the GLP-1 hormone. And it's a two-part system. And I don't think we're not aware of any other nutraceutical company that is taking the approach that we have to address that production. There's also some enzymes down in your intestines and colon
You're
that
doing good Steve, with
actually,
the science. You're doing good with
oh,
this.
I'm getting there. I'm trying. But it actually kind of attacks those the production of the GLP-1. And what we're finding, we just released a couple of days ago,
Love it.
a press release on the in vitro results that we've had. And with very positive results, both on the production as well as the decrease of those nasty enzymes that are destructive to the GLP-1.
Wow.
And some companies that are out there are taking an approach of addressing one of those or the other, but no company that we're aware of is addressing both of those. And so it obviously makes our product just that much more powerful.
Oh, I love it. And I love, I mean, the corporate team, I just feel like you do everything you possibly can to set us up for success and to build solid businesses. I'm really passionate about making sure the field knows we are operating a solid business and you guys are just throwing all the tools at us. And I just so appreciate you. Just thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I've had, as you might tell from the color of my hair, and my beard, which my wife says that it makes her look way too old because I look too old. But
You look
but
great.
I've had a long career, and my journey to Life Vantage was I don't know, maybe similar but unlike a lot of yours in that I'm in a corporate role. Uh, but I really had no idea what I was getting into when I joined Life Vantage. I'd never been part of a direct selling or multi-level marketing company
And you
before.
came, and you came in as the chief financial officer,
Financial
right?
officer. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
where's your big thing?
I'm a finance guy.
I like that though. You keep us financially sound. I like that.
I try, I try. Um, and yeah, so I joined 7 years ago, and about 3 years ago, the board asked if I'd step in as the CEO. And at the time I was probably much closer, or think my head was much more aligned around retirement than it was stepping into a new position. But one of the best decisions I ever made was to take on this opportunity because it helped me understand even more how our consultants really go about um, sharing our products, sharing our business opportunity, because I think it's really is both of those that's important to share. But how in your world, of sharing those things, how you impact lives. And I've shared before that my biggest satisfaction kind of comes by living vicariously through you. I love hearing your stories, and Jill is a great, passionate storyteller. Bleeds, Life Vantage blue,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
but she does that because she has personally been impacted by the company's products and comp plan, but also she's seen how that has impacted others. And when I hear from Jill and I hear from others, it kind of is that's my reward. I don't get that same touchy-feely when I'm talking to an investor or our board members. But I love living through those experiences and seeing the impact that we have on individuals.
and I think as a leader, I'll double down on you. That's exactly what drives me is impacting lives every day, whether it's us connecting with a smile, a hug. I say that all the time, 500 extra dollars, health, improving health. We touch lives in so many ways, in intangible ways as well. Um, Another question, I know you go to those direct selling association meetings and you meet with other CEOs of direct selling. And I was going to ask, how do we fare with them? How's our competition? We don't have competition, right? But also then in my question, and I'm thinking, wow, we have more than direct selling companies as our peer groups and business to business, but we also have like uh, Lyft and Uber and affiliate marketing now. You know, what sets us apart? I think you guys have been really working hard to address some of those business strategies. Would you say strategies and maybe some
Yeah,
tactics? And I
yeah.
think sometimes the field, I won't speak on everybody, but you've poured your heart into making sure we're solid. So can you speak on some of those things that differentiate us? Maybe even like, the comp plan, for example. I know you guys have been working so hard and put your hearts and souls into that as a corporate team and to partner with us as well.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. I go to these events. I actually sit on the board of the Direct Selling Association, so I participate in those meetings. And when I leave these meetings, it's interesting. The discussions around the state of this industry um, are concerning to me. And they were concerning to me 3 years ago as I started to get involved with it. And I really felt like, um, we are at a pivotal point as a company and as an industry. There were a lot of trends that were going on in the marketplace. I think a lot of things were accelerated through COVID. But I knew the way people were shopping for products, buying products, and as you said, the advent and the acceleration of the gig economy was accelerated. And as Life Vantage, I think we had a massive opportunity, and we had a choice. And that choice was to rethink, to evolve, if you will, or kind of put our heads down and just kind of continue down the same path. And it was about that time that the board asked if I'd step in as the CEO. And candidly, when they asked that, I said I'm not really willing just to continue down this path. I think some things have to change. And so we did embark on a journey to reevaluate our compensation plan. But it wasn't just the compensation plan, because I felt like if it was just that, then what else is there? Well, we had to have products that were relevant today as well. Our Protandim NRF2 will always be relevant, right? But as people's buying behaviors change, I wanted to make sure we had products that were conducive to selling under different environments. COVID taught us that we can't always get together in someone's living room. Our world changed, dramatically. And so we had to have products. Our digital technology had to be enhanced. Our social presence needed to be added to and increased so that we could, as a company and a brand, become more well known. How the community, the culture of the company had to continue to build. No longer could we just depend on in-person meetings. Again, this was during COVID that this was all taking place. So how did that environment have to evolve while still maintaining this incredible culture that we have at LifeVantage? And so when you wrapped all of that together, we referred to that internally and ultimately externally as LV360, because we took a very holistic approach to our overall business. And I think it's fortunate that we did. Some of our peer companies in our space have recently announced they're exiting the direct selling space, and going more to 100% affiliate model. Other companies are scrambling right now to figure out how to force feed or add into existing plans, but they're almost forcing individuals that join their companies to make a decision. Do you want to be a business builder, or do you want to sell products? And I didn't want to have to put people in that position. I didn't want to put our existing consultant base in a position where the company made a decision for them. And so we embarked on this journey, and we launched in our four biggest markets about 18 months ago an update, a revised compensation plan, that I think is much more tailored to business practices today. And the beauty of it is you can build a business by selling product, under a very traditional affiliate or social selling model. And you can build a business by building an organization, a team of individuals of like-minded individuals. And so you don't have to make a choice. And we were ahead of that curve. And we had already defined our product strategy and the differentiation of who we are as a company from a product standpoint. And we're starting to see the benefits of that now. and GLP-1, I'm sure we'll talk a little bit, or maybe we'll talk more about that. But that's just the next step in this journey of our activation story and building on the foundation that we built, not just over the last 15 years, but over the last 2 years as well, as we've kind of repositioned the company for this next stage of growth.
So, and I'm excited, but I do want to say, I just, and I think I could speak on behalf of the field. I just so appreciate your vision and your courage, your entire team to have the courage to do what you've done the last few years. And I think all of us who, especially me, I've been with this company for 15 years. I'm just so full of gratitude. And in addition to that, we have legacy. Many of us at LifeVantage have legacy. Our children are involved now, and their lives and many more lives are being impacted. And I really believe, and I think I've heard you say that we are a legacy company.
Yeah.
And thank you for protecting that. And tell your team thank you. And I hope the field realizes, I know a lot of them have, we've been here a while and seen some changes. So I just appreciate all that vision.
Yeah,
I have
thanks.
I'm going to ask you two more questions. The first one was just kind of off the cuff. Is a consultant asked me, what does integrity mean to you? Because I think LifeVantage represents ultimate and integrity. Do you have any thoughts on that word? I'm just kind of curious what you thought.
Integrity. Um, I
I
guess
mean, I
a
go ahead.
few things come to mind, but I think it's being true to your moral compass and making sure your actions are consistent with that moral compass. And I'd like to think that everything that we do with LifeVantage is based on that. And I in addition to seeing how you touch lives of individuals that take our products and are part of our compensation plan, the relationship and trust that you have to have in corporate and corporate has to have in you. If there's not integrity in that relationship, we will not succeed as a company. And fortunately, I think we have a culture that leads with that. And it's why I'm so optimistic about our future and where we're going as a company.
We have a great group, don't we, Steve?
We
This is
do.
just beautiful.
We do.
Okay, you can pretend like you're talking to me, but I'm
Aren't
feeling
I?
the energy, Steve. And I know you've been through momentum with the previous company, a more traditional, what we might call traditional company. But you can look at me but I want you to really speak eyeball to eyeball, kneecap to kneecap right now to the entire field right now. And I feel this energy of momentum. Do you have an action statement? Like, let's go for the Mac Daddy Vision CEO action statement, and let us loose because I'm ready. I'm ready for this next wave. I got goosebumps actually. So can you be the CEO?
Yeah.
You can talk tough with me, okay?
Well, it's I've had an opportunity for, earlier in my career where a company just exploded. And it was a lot of fun and still a lot of work to make that a sustainable growth. Um, and so I've felt it, I've experienced it. I've probably sought, the rest of my career to experience that again. But I was in an employee meeting, this is probably a month ago now, but I shared with our employees that lightning doesn't strike twice very often. It does, but not very often. And so there are moments in our lives that are those pivotal. I remember when, I never forget, um, that are life-changing experiences. And it's not a moment in time, but they can last. And never in my 7 years with LifeVantage have we been in a position like we are right now. And a lot of it is because of the leadership, the field leadership we have in this company, that have many of whom experienced it once several years ago. So they know, and they're wise around what worked and what we need to do. Um, and a lot of you haven't experienced that, but we have the field leadership that has experienced it. There is corporate leadership that has experienced it. We laid a foundation over the last couple of years to put us in a position where we can realize this. And with a product and a compensation plan that is in place right now or coming with GLP-1, there is no reason why we cannot explode as a company. And I'm a finance guy. I'm pretty conservative by nature,
We
but
know.
you know, but I know we have an opportunity here. And the choice, in fact, I was, again, just minutes before this call, was on a call talking to our analyst, an individual that covers us from a stock standpoint. And I said, we have an opportunity that there's no doubt that this product is going to be successful. Zero doubt, zero that it's going to be successful. Now, if the company and we are in control of how successful that is. We have to be able to think more broadly than we have over the last 7 years. I can only speak to the last 7 years. We have to think a lot bigger than we have over the last 7 years. We have to think outside of our existing network, our sphere of influence, because there are millions and millions of people that are seeking this product. And it's our, opportunity, but responsibility, really, to get this to scream from the rooftops, because we have a very effective product that is not going to have the side effects that other products have, that can impact lives in a way that it's not just, I'm not just talking about losing 10 pounds or 20 pounds, but helping people who have dealt their whole life with guilt and feeling awkward about themselves, perhaps. And we have that opportunity. And this thing can be as big as we make it. It's in our hands. And give me that chance and give me that opportunity, and I'll take that all day long,
I
right?
love it. I love it. Well, thank you, Steve, for your time today. Just so insightful. And, I just love connecting with you. And so thank you again for your precious time. And please thank your entire staff, your entire team. Just first class.
Um,
And just love each and every one of you. Take care.
Awesome. Thanks,
Bye.
Jill. Thanks,
Take
everyone.
care.
Yeah. Bye.